So this energy today is going to be a little intense. I'm feeling like my nervous system just feels like I'm getting this feeling of nervous system and frayed edges. Like there's it almost feels like tiny electric shocks happening through the nervous system. Feelings of past trauma resurfacing, and almost as though trusting that you're going to be okay, that you're going to be secure, is very difficult right now, because with Mercury in retrograde in Cancer, there's a past story that is coming up that maybe you're not recognizing is attached to the past, but you're projecting it onto a situation that's happening right now. Now, depending on where the Cancer full moon took place in your chart, this is where that's happening. So it could be, if it's 10th house, it's career. If it's 7th house, it's relationships. But whatever it is, it just feels like, it feels just very overwhelming. You could be feeling a little overstimulated right now. You could be really struggling to sleep. And this is kind of a time to not really react. The guidance here is take a minute, just have a look at all the evidence and ask yourself, am I really feeling this to be true? Or is this something that's happened in the past? Now, my last reading, we talked about doing the shadow work and acknowledging feelings from a past situation. So if you're angry, acknowledge that anger. If you are grieving, acknowledging that grief. If there was some jealousy, have a look at like, what is that jealousy? Because jealousy is often a mask for another feeling. It's not that you really don't want another person to have something. Well, hopefully it's not. It's usually a sign that you're grieving the loss of a dream or an outcome that you had for yourself, or that maybe you didn't understand that there was a desire that you had, and now it's coming to the surface and you're realizing, oh, I actually want that thing that this person has as well. So have a look at that, and this is probably going to be related. So whatever it was that you looked at in that last reading, have a look there again. Have a little, ask yourself if the current intense situation is really just a projection of what happened last time. It could be that the same thing is coming up again, because maybe you need to integrate a lesson. Maybe you are needed to stand your ground or assert yourself, or maybe you just need to communicate. But whatever it is, don't react. You want to assess the situation, gather all the evidence. And with Mercury in retrograde, it might not be a good time to take that action until after the 23rd, when you're thinking a little bit more clearer. But if this is something that is really getting to you, you can communicate. You can open up the waters of communication, because it is in Cancer. But just be very mindful that you might be feeling feelings that aren't, you might be reacting emotionally or overreacting emotionally and not really getting the full story. So just be aware of what is actually yours, what is somebody else's, and what is actually happening in front of you. And make sure that the people you do communicate with are people that you trust. Please make sure that you're communicating with people that you trust until after July 23rd, in which case, if you still feel the same way and you still want to take that action, obviously still think about it and assess it, but you'll have a much clearer idea and you won't feel quite so foggy and emotionally drained by the situation. So let's pull some cards. Oh, okay. First up, we have the Star. So yeah, number 17. Number 17 might be important to you, or might be coming up a lot. But this is saying there's hope in this situation. And I think this kind of relates to like a quantum leap that could be occurring. So this is a really important transit at the moment that's happening, because it's actually going to pull you closer to your dreams. Something in how you handle this situation is going to transform you or help you embody the person that you're becoming, that you have to evolve into in order to get to this next timeline. Okay, yeah, we do have the moon card as well, which makes me think that this Mercury retrograde in Cancer is really clouding your vision. Things are in the dark. They're not illuminated, and you just need to give it some time. Feeling called to shuffle the deck again. Just make sure that you are having compassion for yourself. And I'm not saying just validate every single fear that comes up. I mean, have compassion for yourself in what you've been through in the past, because it's been hard. It's been a long journey. I'm getting the feeling that if you're resonating with me and you've been on a similar path that I have, like, there has been some huge releasing going on, like some big tower moments that you've had to overcome, and you've had more than one. If you're aligning with my frequency, which is why this is coming up for you, then you have had more than one big tower moment, and this could just feel so heavy right now, but you can handle it. Like, you really can handle it. Yeah, 10 of Wands, overburdened. You've been overburdened. You're overcoming the feeling that you need to do all of this on your own. You could feel a lot of tension in the shoulders, because I'm just getting this guy here. There's a lot of tension in the back and the shoulders, kind of like, is it the rhomboid? Just underneath the traps. Like, you could feel like your shoulder blades just feel like they're constantly clenching together. Obviously, go see a doctor or a healthcare professional. Please don't just assume that just doing the spiritual work on its own, you know, you got to go see a doctor if anything feels like it's that bad, but do what you need to do. But this could be occurring on more than just the physical level. This could be feeling like you've had to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders for a very long time, and you are, Three of Swords reverse. Yeah, you've had heartbreak. With it being reverse, I do feel like this sense of like the sword sort of falling from the heart. So you're opening your heart up again to be able to trust. And that's why this situation is coming up right now. That's why this intensity is so important for you to navigate, because this is the moment where the universe says, not again. You can trust again. You can have faith again. Actually, a song is coming to mind. The Celine Dion, this actually came up for me yesterday. I was playing it in the car. Celine Dion, That's the Way It Is. And your heart's left in doubt. Don't give up on your faith. Love comes to those who believe it. Yeah, so there you go. 1919 on the camera as I said that. And 19 is the Sun card in the tarot. So that could be really important to anyone who has been feeling that heaviness on their heart. This is honestly a huge heart reopening, because I feel like this collective has a very big heart. You've probably been the kind of person who's trusted people again and again and again. You've been so loving and forgiving and kind that you've ignored your intuition about people, and that's why it was important that you do the shadow work in order to get to this place, because the universe is trying to teach you to be more discerning. It's so good to have like a big heart and to trust people and to love on people and to want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but not everyone has your heart. And that's why it's really important to know that you have to have discernment in going forward, because as you step into your power, people are going to want to take that for themselves and to use it. Actually, this could be really important to any of my collective that resonates as being very strongly feminine or a divine feminine. Doesn't matter about your gender. It's not about gender. It's not about being female. It's about aligning with the divine feminine. And we all have feminine energy in us. And this is a powerful energy that is outwardly underestimated, but then you see how in the world people will, at the same time as diminishing it outwardly, try and take it away. And you see this in the fashion industry a lot. I mean, look at how we've been told that we need to be a certain size. You know what I mean? Like, who said that attractiveness had to look like one thing when it comes to like a male or a female or whatever? Who said that attractiveness has to look like one thing? But we see this play out in how we're disempowered about our bodies because we're told your body's never good enough unless it looks like this one thing. But then that one thing keeps changing. Like even some of our like, you know, supermodels are being criticized over their bodies, and it's like they can never be enough. And so how this works into this energy is that you know how powerful you are. You know how you've been able to intuit things long before they've happened. And you know that you're beautiful. And it's not about just external beauty. It's not about how you present on the outside, although you probably are beautiful, but it's not about that. This is about something that is so deep within you that people see it in your eyes, and they have to push you down because it makes them feel some kind of way because they can't connect to their inside, their inner internal being in the same way that you can. They don't have that fire within that you have. And so they have to diminish it and push it down in order to feel like they are enough. And instead of trying to connect with it, I mean, because everyone is capable of having this, but there are people out there who won't want to do the work because it's not easy work. It's very difficult work, and it's not glamorous work. So if that resonates with you, just know, yes, you are intuitive, but you're probably also traumatized. So don't trust the trauma, don't trust the fear, don't be reactive in this moment because you are heartbroken and you're still in the healing phase right now. So you are smart and you do know what's happening, but some of the frequencies that you're picking up on right now are from the past energy, and it's coming up again. The reason why you're feeling it is because it's coming up again to be purged, not because it's necessarily, you know, do it. This will apply as see fit, but it's not necessarily what you think is what I'm hearing. It's like there could be other things at play here. So just have discernment. Oh, Nine of Pentacles. I love that. So exactly what I was saying about this divine feminine energy. It's like you are beautiful. You are abundant. You are capable of manifesting great things into your life. And that can be very, very challenging for people who don't have that ability. And then they see you in all of your glory. I'm getting a sense as well that this collective is very creative. So this could be a time to use that creativity to bring in some sort of offer, some sort of resource, or maybe that is something that you've been working on and you have received an offer. But yeah, I'm getting strong creative vibes right now. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, so the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor, but you are in a cycle. So just try and be mindful of that. Don't trust every impulse. Instinct, yes, but impulse, no. Be aware of your impulses because you are going through a cycle right now. And it is coming to an end. The number 999 might be significant to this collective, or 10, because Wheel of Fortune is the number 10. But just bear that in mind. Like you're still in the process. You're not quite at the end of that leap yet. So have patience with yourself. And like I said, have so much compassion. Yeah, the Death card. What did I say about 999? There is a lot of major arcana in this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, something is coming to an end. And I feel like for this collective, it's a, you're coming to the end of a cycle, but this is a good release. Like this is something that you're going to be happy to let go of. But nonetheless, it still needs to be released. Ten of Pentacles. Legacy. This is legacy energy. Yeah, okay. So the fact that we started out with the star, remember how we started out with the star here, makes me think that this is a huge quantum leap. And this is like, not to say that nothing in your life will ever be hard again, but this is kind of like setting you on the path to finally building that empire that you're stepping into. Like the Empress hasn't come out in this reading just yet, but I am getting Empress energy because I am feeling like there's some sort of creative empire that you might be building. And like I said, there's going to be like that offering soon, but this death needs to happen. This purge needs to happen. Something might fall away. We've got 2 10s out here and we've got 2 9s. Oh, sorry. We've got 3 10s and we've got 2 9s. So this is like really, really about letting something go. Temperance energy. Another major arcana. Yeah, time to heal. Give yourself time to heal. Because this hasn't been easy. You've been moving through so much. Two of Cups. This could be creative partnership, like somebody is coming in for you. And the Hanged Man, yeah. Like I said, like there's a lot of major arcana here. So this is like big energy. Like this is a huge, huge shift that's happening in your life right now. The Hanged Man tells me that there's something that needs to be viewed from a different perspective. And this is like kind of like the theme of what I was saying, is like using that discernment and not allowing past stories to get in the way of where you're going, because you're going to some pretty big places right now. Like this is a huge shift, and this is going to set you up for something really, really great if you can learn how to integrate the lesson and act differently to how past you would have acted. So for myself, this meant that I had to, sort of boss up and take my power back and say, actually, I'm not going to let this situation get on top of me. I'm going to communicate with this person. And I know they say like, hold off on communication till Mercury goes direct. But I'd taken the time to like plan this out a little bit and not make sure I was responding, not reacting. And it was actually like, past Jess could not have handled that situation. She would have just let it get on top of her. Current Jess took control of the situation in a way that was very balanced and very logical. Look, I'm not saying there weren't tears. Of course there were. It's not easy energy, but because I did take the time to assess and build the evidence and build a case and just say, okay, I'm not crazy. I am picking up on something, but also I don't know what that something is because my vision is clouded. I was able to look at it from a different perspective and then gather more evidence as needed. And the communication that I had was just so enlightening, and actually it felt like a huge healing moment for me. A moment where I got to say, actually, I am on solid ground, and actually I can trust again. And that not all situations that look the same are actually the same in their makeup. So definitely learning to trust again. Definitely like allowing yourself to share and be vulnerable, but at the same time as being vulnerable, be smart. Okay, I'm being called to leave it there. I'm pretty sure that's all there is. Yeah. Anyway, I hope that resonated, and be sure to give me a like if that resonated. Leave in the comments if you'd like how this has showed up or where this has showed up in your life. And if that's too much, but you'd still like to show us a little love, put a 999 down in the comments or a star. And I will catch you on the next video. Bye.